Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to lead you through sunrise stretch. We will practice together for 25 minutes. So as we practice today, you may want to have a yoga mat. It might be nice to have a block and a blanket close by. You definitely don't need those, but it can be a nice way to support yourself through the practice. So let's get started. I was thinking today we could work a little bit with our shoulders. That's a very common area that people complain about a little bit throughout the workday. Their shoulders get fatigued and hold quite a bit of tension. So let's just take some time to, release that tension and give a nice reset to the shoulders. So as we begin, let's start with our feet just a little bit wider than our hips. And we are going to take the hands in front of our body. We are going to cross the wrists and then take your hands right in up to the sky. We are going to cross the wrists again and then relax down. Let's take a little bend in the knees as we come down. And again, feet can come out wider if needed. So as we bend into the knees, we will sweep those arms on up, straighten out your legs, cross your wrists, float down and rise. Now, as you're doing this, let's try to cross opposite wrists. So if you notice that when you come down, your right wrist is in front and your left wrist is in the back, let's switch that up. So left wrist in front and then right wrist in back. Good. Now let's straighten out those legs. We are going to have our wrists crossed and then we're drawing the hands up. So we almost call this one sometimes a sunrise stretch. So as the sun rises in front and then as we come up, we're just going to release those arms out. Now let's take our opposite hand in front, sunrise the arms up, arms in front, and then open out. Good. And again. Great. And then again, just being mindful that each time that you do this, the opposite hand is in front. Good. Now, let's try to relax the hands down. Now we're going to take our hands up to the sky, bring your wrists together to cross, and then let's relax those hands down. Full breath in, rise on up. And release. And one thing you can also do is on this one, as you come down, maybe flip your palms towards you, cross your wrists, and just let the hands soften down. Great. Let's gently release that. Take your feet in line with your hips. Let's take our hands to the sky. This time, just take your index and your thumb to touch, and then relax your hands down. Full breath in. Let's rise on up. And release. Let's go 3 more times here with the breath. Good. And as the hands relax down, let's bring our hands to prayer hands. So hands to the sky, hands into prayer, and then hands at the heart. Rising up with the breath. Inhale. And hands at the heart space. Let's circle in the other direction. So fingertips to the sky and arms can sweep out and around. Good. Let's take a release for the shoulders, hands behind your body. Fingers will interlock, palms will touch, maybe squaring off the wrists here. Option to stay standing or maybe fold yourself down as you exhale. Try to relax the fronts of your shoulders and just noticing if that helps you move a little deeper into that shoulder stretch. Hands can relax to your low back. Hands can relax down to the ground. Come on up through the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. As you come on up to stand, take your shoulders up, back, and down. Hands will reach to the sky. Breathe here. Let's interlock our fingers and press your palms on up. Full breath in. Let's take a shift to the right and the left. So we'll just do a little wiggle here in the waist. And this one is really nice for creating lateral flexibility in the spine. So really get into the sides of the body here and find a bit of length and find a bit of space. Take a moment to pause. Release your hands to the right. Feel your left hip press to the left. And then right shoulder rolls under a little bit. Feel that the heart is shining up to the sky. Come back to center. Let's take a nice full breath here to lengthen. Take your hands off towards the left. Right hip to the right. That lateral stretch in the spine, rolling the left shoulder under, left shoulder is rolling open. Come back on through to center. Let's take the hands at the heart as you exhale. Hands can come onto your shoulders. Float your elbows up, back, and down. Full breath in, elbows up, back, and down. And let's go one more time here with the breath. Hands will sweep to the sky. Breathe here. Take that right hand down your back, and then left hand can draw you into that shoulder stretch. Try to relax your shoulders away from the ears. See if you can create a little bit more space between the ears and the shoulders. Good, set. Breathe in, left hand down, right hand draws you into that stretch. Try to open up the chest and the heart. Relax the shoulders back and down. Arms can sweep out into a T position. Take that right hand off towards the left. Left arm will bend, and then left arm will draw you into that shoulder release. Try to relax your right ear from the right shoulder. Sometimes that ear will kind of creep up, or that shoulder creeps up towards the ear a little bit. Try to relax it down. Arms come out into T, full breath here. Let's take that left arm over, right arm under, relax that left shoulder down. And release. Arms can sweep out into our T position. Now let's wrap the arms up, right arm under, left arm over. You may want to reach for opposite shoulders here. Maybe take the backs of the hands, press them together. Maybe arms will wrap up and maybe the hands will wrap up. Staying right where you're at, maybe sweep the fingertips to the sky a little bit more. Try to relax your shoulders from your ears. Unwrap the arms. Arms come into T. Left arm under, right arm over. Again, reach for opposite shoulders. Press the backs of your hands together. Maybe arms wrap and maybe hands wrap up here. Stay right where you're at. Hands to the sky if you'd like. A little bit more shoulder stretch. And release. Let's take our arms on up so that hands are in line with your shoulders. Take your right hand, reach it and stretch it up, and create a little slack on your left side. Left hand rises, slack on the right, reach and stretch up. Flow side to side here. So each time that you create this movement, try to reach up and out of the waist a little bit more. Really try to find that length. Take that moment to pause. Reach and stretch up with the right hand. Let's pulse for 3. So reach and stretch up. Create a little slack. Reach and stretch up. Slack. One more time. Reach and stretch up. Slack. Left hand rises. Reach and stretch up. A little bit of slack here. Relax the shoulder. Reach up and release. And again, nice breath in. Great. Let's take our hands, relax them down. Working with some shoulder shrugs. Take those shoulders to the ears, create a bit of tension here, and then gently offer a release. Shoulders come up, tense, 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 and let it go. And 3 more times here, tense, tense, tense. Let it go. Good. Let's gently relax the shoulders down. Let's try out a balance pose. Right foot rises when you're ready. You could be on the toes of your right foot. Maybe have your foot lifted. Bring your foot anywhere in the leg that feels comfortable. Hands can come up and overhead. Maybe take your palms together. Core engages. Feel your spine lengthen here. Try to find softness in the shoulders. Relax them from the ears. Relaxing the hands down. Right foot plants, left leg rises when you're ready. Try to ground really firmly through all the parts of your right foot. So press through the inside, through the outside. And noticing your body's natural tendency, noticing if you tend to roll in or maybe rolling to the outside of your foot. Good. Let's release that one. We are going to take our feet out nice and wide. Now let's take our arms out into T and then swap the arms on the body. So as we do this, we're going to switch which arm is on top. So each time we're going to just alternate. Now you can let the arms slap on the body a little bit. You can give a little massage. You can help to break up the fascia a little bit as well. Great. Let's come back onto the stillness. Let's take our right leg up. We'll try a crane pose. Toes can be on the ground, maybe leg lifted for a 90-degree angle, and then arms can come out into T with soft wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Finding your drishti. Find that one spot to focus your concentration, to focus your awareness. And once you find that spot, not letting the eye shift at all. Hands relax down, foot gets a reset, ground into your right foot, left leg rises. And on this one, try to feel that the hips are even. Sometimes this left hip will kind of lift up just because we're trying to focus and concentrate on the balance so much. So try to draw this hip down, even off through your low back, even off through your hips. Good. Let's release it here. Feet in line with your hips or feet a bit wider. Now let's try to relax our left hand in front and then that right hand relaxes back and then switch it up, right in front, left and back. And we're just gonna go side to side. Now, as you do this, try to relax the arms almost like they're like a pasta noodle, just kind of flopping around a little bit and just hoping to break up the fascia in the arms, get into the shoulder stretch a little more. Good. Let's take 2 shoulder rolls here, shoulders up, back, and down. Fantastic. Now let's continue to work on our shoulders and we're gonna come down to the yoga mat. For this one, we'll make our way into table. So if you would like, you can always grab a blanket to give a little padding to your knees. And let's take our knees in line with our hips. We will take our wrists in line with our shoulders. Feel the fingers feel nice and wide. So press down through the index finger and press down through the thumb. We are going to start with that right hand to the sky. And then draw the right arm underneath your body. You can kind of relax that arm down. Try to relax your shoulder down and relax the side of your neck down. Take a full breath in. Let's take that hand up, reach up, stretch up, and release. And then let's go 3 more times here with the breath. So one thing that I always find so fascinating about doing some stretching in the morning is that You know, I realize how much our bodies warm up throughout our whole entire day. So if we do stretching at the end of the day, our body tends to be more open and stretches are easier. We feel more flexible. Now let's take a moment to pause. You're going to throw the arm under your body, relax your head down and relax your shoulder down. But then when we look to stretching in the morning, sometimes our body is a little bit tighter. The stretches aren't quite as easy. So it's just really interesting just to compare a morning practice to an evening practice. But starting off the morning like this is really the best way to start. It sets the tone for the whole day. Now you can stay where you're at. You may want to deepen your stretch. So one way to deepen your stretch would be to have your left toes curled under. You can straighten out your leg if you'd like. You could lift your leg up if you wanted. Now, whether your leg is lifted or not, it doesn't matter. There's an option to take your left hand to the sky. And then there's also a variation to take your hand to meet your foot. So you could try out a little bind here too. So you have a bunch of different options. You can figure out which one works best for you in the moment. We are going to come up nice and slow from this one. Knee down, hand down. Let's take that right hand to the sky and circle it out. So find large circles or maybe find smaller circles here. And circle in the other direction. We'll reverse that movement. Good. Let's foot ourselves back onto into tabletop. Working with our spine, let's take a cat and a dog stretch. Lower your stomach, lift up through the heart, a nice back bend here. And then round your back, chin to your chest. Imagine creating some space between the shoulder blades. Lowering the stomach down, lifting up through the heart. Tailbone lowers and crown of the head lowers. Flow with the breath for a moment. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Lengthen your spine as you exhale. As you inhale, let your shoulders relax from your ears. Create a little bit of space here between the ears and the shoulders, and feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. Neutral spine, left hand to the sky. Let's take a full breath here. Now throw the arm underneath your body. Take that hand up to the sky when you're ready. Let's reach up and stretch up. And release. And 3 more times. Releasing down. Take that time to pause. Maybe find a focal point that can help you hold your balancing when you're taking the shoulder stretch. And staying here, if you wanted, straighten that right leg out, toes on the ground, maybe leg lifts up. Maybe lift your arm up. And maybe take your hand to meet the foot. Make sure that you're breathing here. So sometimes when we're trying to concentrate, it's so easy to hold the breath. And so take a nice deep full breath in, take a nice deep full breath out. And release. Knee down, hand down, left hand to the sky, full breath here. And circle. Circle out 3 times total. And then reverse your circles, move in the other direction. Good. Now let's come down onto our stomachs and we will try a really lovely shoulder opener. So as you come down onto your stomach here, we are going to take a shoulder stretch. And I always really want to put it out there to listen to your body. The stretch can feel a little deep or a little intense. So if it's just not working for you, you can skip it. And also if you come into it, it's working for you and then it's not working for you, definitely don't hesitate to come on out of it. So for this one, we are going to take our right hand, we'll scoot over to the side a little bit more. We're going to have our right hand down, and you're going to be relaxing down here on the ground. Have your palm face down and have your hand in line with the shoulder. So what that means is don't have your arm at an angle that's kind of going to put pressure on the shoulder. Just have your hand in line with your shoulder, and then make sure that your palm is down. That'll be a gentle rotation in the shoulder. Now you can stay here. This might feel like a pretty good stretch for you. If you wanted more of a stretch, roll onto the right side of your body, and your left leg can come up and over, almost creating a little kickstand if you wanted. Now, if you wanted less of a stretch, so this right shoulder would roll, or the left shoulder rather, the shoulder that's in the air, if you wanted less of a stretch, you're going to take your left shoulder to the left. And if you wanted more of a stretch, you're going to take your left shoulder to the right. And if you wanted more stretch, you could even kind of do a little half bind with that left arm. And we're going to be here for a moment. So this is great for getting into the shoulder, really good for rotator cuff. This one can be a little challenging. I know that it can bring up a lot of stretching for most people, but when you come out of it, it's a really nice reset in the shoulders. It almost feels like you have new shoulders. You can feel that the posture improved, that the heart space opens a little bit more. So there are a lot of benefits to this one. Let's come onto our stomach. So we're gonna roll on out of this one and then trying it on the other side. So bring your left hand to the left, let your palm face down. Have your hand in line with your shoulder so you have that nice proper alignment. And decide where you'd like to go with this one. So you can stay right where you're at. You may want to roll off towards the left a little bit. And then remembering, so your right shoulder can move to the right. That will make it easier. You can roll your right shoulder to the left. That's going to make it a little bit more challenging. And you can also do that half bind as well. You can kind of wrap the arm around your low back. And now that we're doing the second side, we have a different perspective. So maybe notice it feels very easy on the side. It might feel very challenging on the side. So just simply noticing the two sides of the body, noticing similarities and noticing differences. Let's take a moment. We are going to roll back onto our stomach. Float yourself up into table. From table, feet can come out in front, and we'll try out a seated stretch. As you come to seated, let's take our hands on our shoulders. Take your elbows up, back, and down. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Great. Gently relax the hands down. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope your shoulders are feeling better. I know mine are. They feel amazing. I hope you enjoyed our practice today. I hope you have a fantastic day today. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.